So today I'm here at the 99-cent only stores for today's video, for today's Nikki's Nibbles episode. A bunch of you guys have made comments about like shopping on a budget, and when Dan and I first got married, I did a ton of my grocery shopping here at the dollar store. So I haven't done that in a while, but I'm excited to go in and do a bunch of grocery shopping. So let's go, guys. Quiet on the set, I'm doing a very serious haul right now. Nobody's listening to me at all. Here we go.
Everyone shut up.
Shut up. Hey guys, so I'm back from the 99-cent store and I'm excited to show you everything that I got. I'm gonna turbo through it really quick, but I'm really excited. Honestly, when I used to grocery shop there, back when Dan and I first got married, when we were living in a garage, we were a little bit on a tighter budget, I shopped at the 99-cent store all the time for food. And actually this was really exciting because they have expanded their selection of food. So even for my diet right now, I could like still eat here and eat what I would consider like nutritionally. Wow, you guys know what I'm saying. First thing that I got, I actually needed these. I've been meaning to go to the grocery store every time I've gone and I keep forgetting. I got a dozen 100% cage-free eggs. I've been craving eggs lately. I've been wanting to make eggs actually over quinoa, and doing like spring onions and tomatoes and maybe a little bit of like Trader Joe's unexpected cheddar cheese. So I got a dozen eggs. That was pretty exciting. And they had larger batches of eggs too. Like you could get like 24 eggs, but I went for a dozen because I didn't need that many eggs. Next bag, I have a few things in this bag. I got some grape tomatoes. Who doesn't love grape tomatoes? These are Baja best grape tomatoes. I love tomatoes in salads. I make salsas, bruschetta. I love tomatoes. Then I got some nature ripe strawberries. I will say their strawberry selection was pretty bad. Like a lot of them were super moldy, and this batch will literally be moldy in like the next 36 hours if I don't eat it. But I'm actually thinking I'm gonna wash and chop these up tonight because they're good now. They're actually like perfectly ripe. They're like really ripe, so they're ready to eat. But $1, and sometimes strawberries can be expensive, so that's super cool. The next thing I got, this is so cool. I'm just tripping out about how much produce they had. So next time I got some blackberries. Dan is obsessed with blackberries, so he'll be happy that I picked some more up. Then I picked up a head of cauliflower from Andy Boy. I don't know why I'm reading the brands. This is just produce, but I feel like it's habit. I just keep reading the brands. Next up, I picked up a bag of Jalapenos, haha, aka jalapenos. Dan and I roasted a whole platter of jalapenos stuffed with cheese last night. I prefer my jalapenos stuffed with goat cheese, but Dan also likes them stuffed with unexpected cheddar cheese. You guys know it's our go-to cheese, and I just love roasting peppers. So we got a whole bag for $1. Then I got a bag of carrot chips, which will be great because I have a lot of hummus to eat through, so I can use the little chips to dip the hummus. Next up, I got a artichoke. $1 for an artichoke is a really good deal, let me tell you. Like, artichokes can be pretty expensive, so that was great. The only thing they were missing at the dollar store that would have been a really great deal would be like avocados. They didn't have those, but yeah, $1 for an artichoke is a good deal. Next up, I got 2 Portobello Mushrooms, and I've only recently become a fan of mushrooms. Actually, it was when I went to London and we were at Fleur and Mike's house, and for breakfast, their friend Jack stir-fried up some mushrooms. I actually used like the same pan he made the bacon in, which is probably what added to some of the flavor. I haven't eaten meat in a long time, but it still made this taste really great. So it was just, he put it in that same pan with onions, garlic, and ever since then, I like mushrooms now. So 2 Portobello mushrooms. Then I got some asparagus. This is the thin asparagus. I always get the thin asparagus. The other day was the first time I ever got the chunky asparagus, and that was really good too, but Dan really prefers the thin asparagus, and that's the only thing that they had at the dollar store. I'm gonna make that with some lemon and garlic and roast that up. I love roasting asparagus with lemon, garlic, olive oil, pepper, sea salt. It's just on like $4.25. It's really good. Then, oh, that's not a grocery. Got a lighter too. Candle lighter. I got the tiniest apple pears, or Asian pears, depending on what you would call them, I've ever seen in my life. They're literally tiny. They're like little tennis balls, but I love Asian pears, and I was like, why not? Then I got a bag of long grain brown rice. Rice is pretty cheap to begin with, but I thought brown rice for $1, and this would cook this cooks like a ton of rice. Like a bag like this will feed you, like your whole family, a whole meal, like probably multiple meals, honestly, even if you have like 5 people in your family, because rice is just so filling, expands. It was $1, so gotta love brown rice. I got a bag of grapes. Now this was kind of a lie. This was deceitful on the dollar store's part. because this was not $1 for this bag. This was $1 per pound. But I think it was literally like £1.5 pounds, so it was pretty cheap. And even if it was 2 pounds, it's $2 for a huge bag of grapes. And I will say, some of you guys are probably watching this, like, this is how I feel about organic and non-organic produce. I think that if you have the budget to pay for organic produce and it's something that you care about, it's cool to be able to do that. I feel the same way about like shopping at the farmer's market. Like farmer's market stuff can tend to be more expensive, but if you have the budget, it does tend to taste different, and then you're supporting local farmers. That's really cool. But honestly, like if you're gonna choose organic or non-organic, like, and you have a really tight budget, I think it would just be better to choose non-organic and buy actual produce, because it's still gonna be better for you than just buying like Top Ramen or something that's just like processed and gross. So I know that was a random side note, but I feel like a lot of people are gonna ask me about that since I've been really like vocal about things being organic before. I'm like kind of picky, but I'm also not really that picky, because I think your budget has a lot to do with it, and you just kind of do the best wherever you're at. It's like, this is what I got, this is the best I can do. Everything is like bad for you nowadays, so you just do your best and make the decisions that make you feel comfortable. So that was a side tangent. Back to the groceries. All right, so next up, I got a bag of base spinach. Haha, I have been meaning to buy some spinach lately, and actually, I will say this to the dollar store's credit, this spinach looks borderline perfect. Like, I see one wilted leaf in this entire bag, and that says a lot, because I've paid a lot of money for spinach before where I'm like, there's like 5, Melissa's saying, where there's like 5 or 6 wilted leaves. The rest look pretty fresh and like bouncy, not like wet and weighed down. So that's cool, and that was $1, and I'll get like a few green smoothies and salad out of this, so that's cool. Next up, I got a whole bunch of bananas. So here's the thing, I like bananas, but I don't eat them very rapidly, and I don't eat them super often, and I find myself buying bananas a lot and they go bad a lot. And so what I've started doing recently is when I buy my bananas, I dice them up and I freeze them, because I find that the place that I like to eat them the most is usually a smoothie, and because bananas really bring like a creamy, almost like ice cream-like consistency to a smoothie. So when you make a smoothie out of frozen fruit, sometimes it can be icy, but if you put frozen banana, or really even just like regular banana, it takes it from icy to creamy. So when you freeze them, it doesn't go bad. This was $1, so that's really awesome. Next up, I got some apples. These are like yellow apples. Honestly, these are like the largest apples I've ever seen in my life. I don't ever buy apples that are this large, but there were 3 in a bag. And they look like that very mild apple, you know, like not like tart like a green apple. They're just gonna be like chill. I don't know what these are called. Was that weird to describe my apples as chill? They're chill. Oh my gosh, guys. Okay, so this is my last grocery item, because those are like random. I got like salad tongs, because I don't own any, and like hand sanitizer and like an egg cracker that I'm totally gonna try later on like Snapchat. But those aren't groceries. But the last thing I got for my groceries, I have never seen squash this big in my life. I got 2 yellow squash. What? Guys, that's the size of my head, and I have a huge head. So I got 2 yellow squash that are huge at the dollar store, and this just makes me want to like chop them up and roast them. You can even put like a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top and roast it, but that's what I got, peeps. And just so you guys know, the final total was $26.67. But I also got multiple items in here that were not in that grocery haul, like the tongs and the lighter and antibacterial things and like the clever cracker egg thing. So really the total of this was probably actually around $20. So $20 for all of that produce is a good deal. I wouldn't say like, you know, it's the best deal on the planet, but I'd say it's a pretty good deal to add fresh produce into your diet. So the reason I really wanted to do this video was to kind of just like encourage that even if you're on a tight diet, even if this isn't all of your diet, like produce and healthy stuff, trying to include produce into your diet is, I always think, a really great thing. It really helps me out. It helps me feel better about myself, like physically, and how I just feel like health-wise. So that's why, peeps. That is pretty much it, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow back here on my channel. And if you are not already subscribed to my channel, I'm gonna pull another Nikki and Gabby again. Stop and click this button right here and subscribe to my channel, and that way you'll get a notification every time I upload. And don't forget to click the little bell at the bottom of the page, especially if you're on mobile, because that way you will literally get an alert on your phone when I upload, so you'll know exactly when I upload. I was gonna go like that, exactly when I upload. And that's pretty much it, guys. I will see you here tomorrow and all over social media between then, and yeah, bye.